Greetings, fellow genetic scientists. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Biotech, the first Wendigo, episode 191, Genetic Blanks. Right at the start here, I am picking up the priority in the top right. We're going to continue building the Ancient Danger caskets here, making sure that we cryptosleep all but 2 of each species of prisoner, and then smooth out the floors just because, you know, it looks nice. And continue running the trade caravans with Present. And then afterwards, I have some of my own ideas for projects. So I'll share a few of them with you. One would be to sort the eggs. To have designated storages based upon genetics. So that like a 5 egg, 6 egg, 7 egg, so on and so forth, they all have their additional little stockpiles. That way they're just a lot easier to keep track of. So when I'm trying to search for eggs to gestate, I can just go, oh, well, I'll go to the 6 egg pile or something like that. Another one, which was a YouTube comment, was in order to make sure that the gestating embryos and individuals don't suffer from brownouts, is to isolate the power grid for the gestation chamber and maybe also the electric stoves that drive the rice and baby food. But put them on something like the unstable power cells so that they're in their own power network. And therefore, even when the rest of the base browns out, the gestation chambers do not. They are independent. So that's another potential project. Another one would be addressing the xenogenes. Now that we have additional genes scanned, like Good Shooter, there's a huge incentive to actually incorporate, or Great Shooter, excuse me. There's a huge incentive to incorporate Great Shooter into the individuals that, you know, would obviously benefit from it. Stuff like that. So I'll also be opening up the viewer submitted ideas inbox to all of you guys so that you can suggest your own goals once I'm done with the Ancient Danger project down here. And this project is mostly just waiting on components and a little bit of steel. We've been deep drilling steel over here, and it's been hauled, but it's slow. So eventually, that steel will get to where it needs to be, and we will get the Ancient Danger project underway. Guero, thank you for the bits, and Master Greaser, thank you for the resub. Cheers. So if you're wondering about my performance-enhancing mods, I have a whole bunch of them installed right now. I have the Dubs Performance Enhancer, and then Performance Fish and Rocketman and stuff like that running under the hood to try to speed things up to make it a little bit better. There is... Oh, okay, well, yeah, sure. Some refugees. Yeah, alright. How about all of you come right here? That seems fitting. So we have 10 refugees. This is essentially just Meals on Wheels, you know? I think they're all baseliners, actually. There is a reason to imprison them all so that I can gene rip and separate. There is one Hussar, however. So this Hussar should definitely be captured and put into the gene rip. So I guess a little silver lining for the prisoners here. I think if I am going to mass capture them, let's go ahead and do that. So what was there? 10? How many of them? 10. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's do it. So this is obviously how to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on medical. And instead of just lining you up in the shooting gallery, I will line you up on medical beds and anesthetize all of you. Yeah, you honestly, you took a wrong turn. You showed up to completely the worst possible colony to ask for aid. But, you know, the thing is, you'll learn. The other issue that I have is I don't really have prison capacity necessarily for them, because this prison is set up for species that are not baseliners or hussars. So the plan is to anesthetize all of them and then to arrest them as they're unconscious. So they can't fight back, they can't retreat, they can't go anywhere. They're just drugged and comatose. If I want to gene rip them... Where do I house them? I suppose I could move the slaves out of there. But there's a better spot. God, I really don't know. I could put them in the barn. It's a little... I want them close to the gene extractor, though. So the barn is probably a bad idea. So I think what I'll do is we need 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll house them in here. It's weird, but like, you know, whatever. It's very close to the gene extractor. It's close to the nutrient paste dispenser. It's going to be easy to feed them. So that will work. Oh, look at you with a go juice addiction. Yeah, that's going to change. So I'm just queuing up anesthesia for each and every one, so that they're knocked out, and I can capture each one with not a fight. Alternatively, I suppose Wendy might be able to just blood... No, I can't blood drink from them. Okay. And then I have to queue this up in such a way that I have 9 of my people ready to just, like, capture them immediately. So that it's a clean sweep of all of them. Because you don't stay anesthetized for very long, right? Alright, I think they're all out. Sedated, 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 sedated. Yeah, they're all sedated. Okay. I'm going to take the hussar. And then everyone else could take someone else. Oh, this is interesting. Carry? This is weird that it's having me carry them but not arrest them. At least I took the one I wanted first. And there should be 2 more members. Okay, low. I forbid that door, so that's my fault. And, where's the last one? Okay, I don't know who the last one is, but fly up, you'll go carry that person. Alright, so Star, you are going to be farmed for genes. So I really hope that I get good genes. So a little reminder here, as far as Hussar genes go, I want Unstoppable, Awful Art, Red Eyes. I don't really need Awful Art, given what I'm doing to the other baseliners. I'm going to be implanting bound gene packs and then trying to separate them out. But there we go. Yeah, alright, there's the capture. It's underway. And then once we capture them, I got to haul the weapons away. And probably the drugs as well. This is really messy. You know, it's funny, because I spent all of last stream trying to prevent, my... Okay, there you are, guys. try to prevent my colony from having to deal with so many prisoners, and now here I am adding a bunch of prisoners to the colony. But, you know, these things happen. I can't even really tell what's going on in here anymore. Let's go ahead and allow all, and then haul the weapons out. So the thing with these baseliners is they don't have any... Oh, don't do that. Dead calm implanted in them, which means that they are... Stop it. They're subject to try to escape and resist. So that's another thing we're going to need to do, is to make sure to either use them up quickly or to implant dead calm, and then hope that I don't end up subsequently scanning dead calm as a result. Alright, I believe 100% of them are now captured. To be experimented upon. There's also, of course, organs that I could harvest. That would keep them quiet for a bit. And I'm taking all the drugs out too. So this hussar, once they're done being scanned, is going to require their legs removed, because I can't implant dead calm into a hussar and not ruin their hussar xenogerm. So legs gotta go. And the rest of them, I think what I'm going to start to do is organ harvest them. Because I do have a lot of herbal meds, and, well, that's just how I go. So... But I'm going to want to process them quickly, so that I don't, you know, have an abundance of extra food that I have to deal with, etc., etc. So kidney and lung from each one, provided they have healthy kidneys and lungs. Asthma and cirrhosis would ruin that plan, but we'll see. Some of them are laying on the ground, which is not exactly the most decent spot to do the harvesting, but whatever. No, not really my problem. Hey, buddy. Buddy. Yeah. You'd have barely wanted to get up for that. Alright, looks pretty good. And Lo is starting the organ harvesting. Wonderful. Rise is about a day away from Plazrepopoli or whatever. I don't even care what it's called. Lo, what are you doing? You're learning to juggle kidneys. That is what I think you were doing? Yes, okay, cool. I'm very glad that you're a capable kidney juggler. Wendy is proud of you, Lo. I mean, granted, Wendy is responsible for your medical degree, so I am at least somewhat at fault for your inability to properly juggle kidneys, but, you know, that's good. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to do is any genes here that I have that are grouped together that I want separated that aren't archite implanted genes, I can do that. So if I wanted to separate super size sensitive and kind, or psychic body and super heat tolerant, the ones that I'm more likely to use, I need separated now. And then once I have them separated, I can then go for ones I don't really care about. So, for instance, I wouldn't mind separating Furry Tail from Awful Shooting, but I think chief amongst them would be Awful Art and Awful Plants. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to call this Xenotype Plant Art. It's just Awful Art, Awful Plants. And cook 2 of those up. And then afterwards, if I do end up separating awful art from awful plants, I can try for other bound combinations. Does the ageless gene mean immortal? It means you just don't age. So yeah, functionally immortal unless you get like shot or decapitated. You know, Highlander style. Looks to me like we're starting to get ready for the caskets. Looks like we have all of the necessary materials for the last casket. And I don't think it would be a terrible idea necessarily to add the additional Edekin. I believe that was Edekin. The additional Edekin casket once we have additional Edekin. Lanka, Lou, Kawakirk. Yeah, these are the Edekin. Do you need a DLC for those mods? What do you mean by those mods? You got to be more specific than that. So they're starting to become capable of walking, which is obviously going to be a problem. I don't really need all of them to survive to do gene separation. You know, if some of them die, oh well, whatever. Rise it, how's it going for you? Half a day? All right. Yeah, the TLDR is if you're a refugee looking for help, do not come here. It's a really bad idea. No, don't eat the... God, you really do take after Wendy. All right, so plant art was done. How about these two? These two in their own nicer bed. There's one. And then we'll create the other. A work frenzy. Ah, perfect. There's organs to be harvested, and this fuels Wendy's interest in harvesting quicker. Yes, she is enterprising. Evil, but enterprising. Animal migration of lynx. Alright, the other xenogerm is done, so Peterson, congrats. Nope, that's ovum. Don't want that. You're gonna be implanted. And I never miss an opportunity to practice my shooting skills, so I'm gonna send a contingency out here to go de-lynx. While Wendy and Lo are left alone to harvest and ultimately profit. Look at them lining up. Suppose that means I need to line up too. So there's still a bunch of prisoners that need their organs harvested. Is this all the shooters? Yeah, right? Yeah. Ooh, good shot. Shot the head off. Good job, Zleb. Masterwork sniper rifles in the hands of someone that has a shooting of 18 kind of does that, doesn't it? These lynx kind of don't stand a chance. And down they go. There's one left, I think. Oops. You can eat your meal first. And we're done. It's prison food. Lead included, because, you know, I don't really care about the lead neurological damage that I inflict. So both Lewin and Peterson have both been implanted with the plant gene. Oh, we have another brownout. This time, Lo, I'm going to wake you up instead of Stevie. Stevie wakes up way too often. And from Star, we got reduced pain, so that's not useful. Star is the most important of all the prisoners that I have, so I definitely want to remove their legs promptly. And it looks like Lo is prioritizing Star's treatment. Good. I think. Are you? Operate on Star. So the plan is to install 2 peg legs and then remove them, leaving Star with no legs so that she can't rebel or anything like that. So instead of waiting for these scans for Peterson and Lewin to finish, I think I'm going to try to separate out their genes. So I have awful social on its own, so I don't need it separated from heat tolerant. You know what? I think I am going to cook up 2 more plant arts, so I definitely get the... Well, not definitely, but it increases the chance of me getting the plant art combo separated out. Better play it safe than sorry, right? Oops. Wendy failed at Fosse's... ooh, wow. You really left him near dead. That's kind of fun. Where's my insta-heal? One of the problems of being, like, an everything, you know, vampire plus mech controller plus leader, is there's, like, a lot of buttons. It's actually, I would say, one of the things that probably needs to get addressed is, if you have a bunch of sangophages in your colony and you select multiples of them, there are going to be so many of the ability buttons, it's like nearly unusable. And that hasn't been addressed since the release of Biotech. And it's a pretty edge case use where like most people aren't going to run into that issue, but if you are running like a giant colony of vampires, you can't like mass select the vampires because it's going to be simply impossible for you to control them all. Because you'll have, you know, like let's say you select 5 of them. You'll have 5 separate copies of Blood Feed and Coagulate and Implant Genes and, if they're drafted, Long Jump Legs and Piercing Spine. You know, it's just, it becomes ridiculous. Do you need a mod for too many abilities? No, I mean, I personally don't because I'm not running like a single phage colony. But definitely if you were, that would become a problem. So all but 3 of them have been... operated upon. I have to wait for the xenogermination coma to stop to start scanning Peterson and Lewin. Looks like we are ready to remove some legs. And Bryzit should be arriving soon. I think what I'm going to do is... How about you guys vote? Should I send... Well, I'm going to wait until I do the trade to see how much silver and gold I have left, because I don't want to have you guys polled about whether Bryzit visits another colony if he runs out of money now. Lo, you're not done. You exist for genetic experimentation only. Keep working. So down here, it's pretty clear that the dirt mole storage is good to go. So I will get the dirt moles loaded up into deep freeze momentarily. I'm just going to process these prisoners first. And now Star is immobilized, cannot get out of bed, just like Evie. And you know what? I just realized you don't need your kidney or lung either. So, they're mine. I've also continued the butchering of human light. We're trying to process the backlog, you know, as much as we can without filling the colony full of tattered clothing that needs to get removed. Can I sell those prisoners for honor? I could, but only if a caravan came by to accept them. Which I don't expect one will anytime soon. Side death and fat body. Probably pretty low on my list of things I care about. Why is... Oh, that's interesting. The actual weight of silver is so great that it won't allow my caravan to travel if I make this trade. Yeah. Words of Serenity is something I do not believe Bryzet has, but I do want him to have. So I'll buy that. Because I've been relying on Wendy to make, you know, people that have gone crazy serene, and it would be helpful to have Bryzet have it instead. Alright, this trade looks good. I still have some silver. I still have some gold. A question for you all is, should Bryzet go to one more settlement? I'll have him just hang out here, and as he's sitting around, he'll meditate for his psi focus, so I don't need an immediate answer. But 2.5 minutes on that poll. Up top. You guys decide. Oh, Wendy, you are failing at surgery again? You know, I'm a little worried about you. You seem unfocused. Maybe she just enjoys the butchery. That's probably it. Did I ever figure out why Mass wasn't taking Lucy? No. I think... I don't know. Alright. I don't think I need to wait 2.5 minutes. It looks like Yay will win. So in 2.5 days, Bryzet will make it to yet another colony, and we'll see what they have for sale. The xenogermination comas will be done in about 10 hours, and then I'll have them scanned. And now we'll have quite a lot of organs for sale on the old market here. Make sure we have room for it. Oh, the other thing I could do is put uranium outside, because we don't really need uranium in this stockpile here, and that will free up a lot of space. I did see the spreadsheet, the gene spreadsheet on the Discord server. So here's, it totally lost my mind. Cathlanon updated his IVF mod yet again to give me this. So if I go to miscellaneous and tag endogenes, I can now see at a glance, these are all the ones I want with the green check marks. These are the ones I don't want, and these are all the ones I want to scan. The want to scan you can kind of ignore, but this allows me to take at a very quick glance each individual. So for instance, I can tell Dom has 1, 2, 3, 4, and these are the 4, and 0 that I do not want. So these are the lists of do wants and do not wants. So even from a quick glance, I can tell Crabs, Lady Stormguard, Nitro, Rena, like these individuals have negative genes, so they're definitely in my prison, right? Very, very, very cool update. Allows me to quickly scan for individuals. So, for instance, last stream I was asked, how prevalent is super immunity? Now I can tell. I have 1, 2, 3 super immune. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 horns. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with dark vision. And it allows me to easily assess how rare a specific gene is at a glance, which is great. Oh, and here goes the berserks. Now, the beautiful thing about this is because they're housed together, they all punch each other, and I don't really have to intervene all that much. But this is why I want Dead Calm, why I have Dead Calm implanted in all the others. So, in terms of deep freezing the dirt moles, the first is obvious to go will be Rurift. Rurift is related to way too many people. So, Wendy, let's go and start to drain Rurift of blood and then carry her to a cryptosleep casket. Kish, why are you even in there? Yeah, get out of there. So now all the chambers are done. Looks like they're all nice and smoothed out. So I'm going to remove the zones for components, uranium, dye, etc. We don't need them down there anymore. And we'll start filling. Oh, perfect. So carry to a casket. And now that my colonist caskets are forbidden zone, the only caskets viable to hold them will be to the dirt mole ones. How likely is it for them to beat each other to death? Like, pretty unlikely. Especially as baseliners that don't have bonus damage. And even if they do, they're baseliners. I don't really care. Baseliners are the most common in the galaxy. So, they're not special in any way. Alright, let's pick another dirt mole to deep rest. So Lynx, you are 43. You're getting up there in age. Rena's young. So Rena, you'll probably stick around because you don't have any offspring. Lynx doesn't have any offspring. And neither does Mechakite. Mechakite, one of the reasons to deep freeze her is she has carcinoma, or rather cancer. So, just because I don't want to have to deal with that. And then the males I want to freeze as well, because I really only want the egg extractable females out. Whammy, you're a pessimist. A lazy body modding pessimist. Oh boy. So I think Rena and Lynx are going to be the ones left outside. Oh, here we go again. Don't punch my robot. There's like actually not a lot of people left to yep, you're punching my robot. There's not a lot of people left for Sam to even fight, which is kind of funny. Madzin is nervous. A nudist, nervous night owl. You know, don't use meds. In fact, just leave the... Where is your commander? Yeah, just leave the area. Don't make Wendy come in there. You'll regret that. There you go. Punch each other. Alright, that's 2. Wendy does not need a rest just yet. So let's start to take the males. Terminate and Slivio, or whatever the names are exactly. And Sam's unconscious. Perfect. Does give me the opportunity to use remote repairer if I wanted to, because I haven't bothered. So, Mass, come in here and remote repair Actually, I'll just manually repair. It's a bit faster. Oh, really? Okay. Well, as you wish. All of these other prisoners... I think the easiest way for me to change their treatment is manual, because I have way too many prisoners in my prisoner tab. Wait, where are you going with Sam? No, don't do that. Was there a hospital bed over here? I don't see one. Yeah, I'm not really sure why Mass was taking Sam down that way. No, I don't know. Prison's getting a lot more manageable though, with the new deep sleeps. And then Kath, you want to help out here? I'm gonna have Kath go for Zokanet. Any vampire can manage this task. I've just been using Wendy because she's faster. Peterson, congratulations, you're allowed to walk. You are going to be murdered by the gene machine. And the last dirt mole slated for deep sleep is heading down. Perfect. Could not have planned that any better. I'm going to have Kath close all the doors behind her as well. That way, if I do end up with an infestation, it will be contained to some degree or another. Is it time to butcher more corpses? I already have them being butchered and the stuff being hauled away. I'm doing it in smaller batches so that I don't end up with like an enormous pile of stuff to have to tidy up. But there we go. Wendy's Ancient Danger, color-coded Ancient Danger is done. Sentinel. The other thing is, given the fewer prisoners that I have, blood feeding is going to be a little bit more difficult. I mean, there's plenty of blood to go around, but it's one of those situations where I got to be more mindful about, you know, about using hemogen. Because I don't have, you know, I got rid of 5/7 of my prisoners. Alright, this is looking a lot more tidy. Awesome. Did I install the last xenogerm? I don't believe I did. So there we go. There's the last plant xenogerm. And then let's cook up some new ones. So let's get rid of that preset. And I'll get rid of the masses preset too. I don't need that anymore. Ones to separate. Super size sensitive wouldn't be bad to separate from Kind Instinct, although I'm likely to use them together, so they're kind of low priority. Great plants being separated from Psychic Doll would be nice, because I might want someone that has great plants but not Psychic Doll. And then, just for aesthetics, I would like to separate Great Medical from Floppy Ears, because I just don't like the look of floppy ears. So, let's combine 2 of those and see if we can't allow Low to have regular ears. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch June 11th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigos.